This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com.
Hey everybody, it's your old pal Rob. Now, for the last 4 or 5 days, I've been pulling my hair out trying to put together Kill Team stuff for Kill Team Into the Dark. And this raised a couple questions in my head. And it was, I remember when I was living in Connecticut, and we used to have a Games Workshop store in the West Farms Mall, and we would go there, and I knew some of the guys, and I would go there every week. And now this is back in the 90s, and we would go there, and I would get the latest thing for fantasy or whatever was coming out that week, and my son was very interested. He was young. I think he was like 6 or 7 or something like that. Now he's 33. Yeah. Where's time go? And as I was putting this together, it reminded me of something that they once said. I would always talk about the gameplay. I always felt some of the games could have been a little bit stronger. And I'll never forget what the guy that behind the counter said, who was a friend. And he goes, we're not really about the game. We are a hobby. And I wanted to bring that up because here's a game in my recollection, at least, Kill Team Into the Dark. It's one of those games that I've been very excited to get together, but it has been painstakingly slow to get it together, just to get the creatures together. I'm now working on the crew, and I haven't even gotten to the scenery yet. And I'm determined to do it because my son and I are determined to play this one. We have behind me Horus Heresy that I have to work on. And, it kind of runs into the same thing. The hobby part of it seems to get in the way of the game part that I want to get to. So is GW, or Games Workshop Games, it's kind of almost an oxymoron in a way. Is it more of a hobby? Is it more important to have the most beautiful army out there with all the correct weapons in their hands and stuff like that? Or are you playing the game because of the game itself? Okay? And, if you look on YouTube here, okay, there are just thousands of fantastic sites, and I do mean great artists. They are artists. They're not even human. They are artists that get these box sets. Oh, there we go. We'll use box set instead of game, so I'm not stepping all over myself. And they'll make these things the most beautiful things that you ever saw, or they'll buy additions to their armies, and they will work on them, change poses, and beautifully paint these things with more skill than I will ever have in my entire life. Okay. And I admire them. I think some of them are Goobertown hobbies. One of those people that I absolutely admire. Gorilla Miniatures. I would love to just sit there and watch one of his playthroughs, but he talks so fast because he's talking to the experienced player. And I think a channel like that is very important for people that know the rules instead of him trying to teach the rules. He moves so quickly that if you're trying to learn the game from him, don't use Gorilla Miniatures. But you will have an entertaining time with the fantastic job that he does. He's the best. What more can you say? But getting back to the point that I want to say is how many of these Games Workshop followers and heavy followers and channels consider it a game? Or do they more consider this a hobby? The painting part of it is an artistry into itself. Putting the stuff together is an artistry into itself. Does the gameplay take second wind to the hobby part of it? And is that fair? Now, I think Games Workshop has done some things to really kind of help this, to make it easier for the people that really want to just play the game. And that's those Barnes and Noble sets that you can get, that you can pick up, which are glorious. Okay, smaller box sets, snap fit. Even some of their smaller boxes, sets, the night wind, the night. I got it right over here too. If I just look, yeah, okay. Well, I don't have it here. I think I brought it back to the storage unit. But the smaller skirmish games that they have, night. God, I'm gonna hang myself for it, and I'm not gonna edit this out because I just can't think of the name of it. But you guys know what I'm talking about. Where you get 5 figures, you're going to have some cards, and you're going to fight these skirmish battles right there. They've come out with a couple of different things, and that is more concentrated on the gameplay, where it's snap fit, get it together, get it on the table. Blitz Bowl, quicker game, snap fit, get it together, play it quickly. They have these small little box sets for $40K. They snap fit, put it together, play it. It's more for a younger crowd. So does that mean that these bigger box sets, the big kill teams, the war cries, are they more a hobby piece, or is the gameplay really secondary on these? And I kind of become confused with it, because I can see where when you go and pay $200, well, you are getting 3 different parts of a hobby into this. You're getting the assembly, which people love to build models. You're getting the painting aspect. People love to paint, okay? And then you're getting a game. But is the game as strong as the hobby painting aspect of it? But by getting all 3 of these, you're getting a ton and hours of entertainment, depending if this is something you really like. Where somebody like me, that I'm not the best painter in the world, putting things together, I used to like to build models when I was younger, but now I'm more into trying to get to the gameplay of it so I can talk to you about it. And it's harder to get to that point, you know? It's harder to get to that point. You know, Warhammer Quest was snap fit in a lot of ways. There was a lot of snap fit with Blackstone Fortress. Did they do that because they felt stronger about the gameplay there than they do with Kill Team? Or is Kill Team a thing where this is the very foundation of what Games Workshop has been for a lot of years? It is a 3-part, more of a hobby type of a thing with a game included to it. And I really wonder how you guys feel about that. As I continually work on this, and trying to get to the point where we can paint this up and get it to the table. I wish I was a little bit faster with it, but we have all kinds of things going on here. But I wanted to bring that up as I continually sit here and go through and put this together. And I wanted to make this quick video and get a feel for how you guys feel it is. Now listen, I love Games Workshop. I always will love Games Workshop. They have their highs and lows. I will always stand by them because they are something that is embedded in my younger days. You go back 30, oh geez, let's go 30, oh, I'm going to keep going, aren't I? Yeah, you're going to go back about 30 some odd years, which is, half my life. Half my life I've been entertaining myself with this fantastic company that has had their highs and lows. But more highs. Some of their stuff is just so historic to me and holds such a dear part to me. I was talking to the guys up at the Bearded Brown Coat. We were talking about Blood Bowl and how endearing that game is to me. How endearing the old the old world fantasy was, Epic, and all those other things, Warhammer Quest. And, you know, I'm really enjoying what they're doing, how they improved. You know, I wish they had the scenery when I was younger, because it would be would even add to everything I want to do and things like that, instead of having to try to make your own scenery out of coffee cans and other household things. But you know, this isn't a hit piece against GW. It's more, I really wonder what people categorize this as. Is GW more a hobby, or is it a game company? So, or is the game really secondary and the hobby the main part of this? So I would love to hear what you think. Put it down in the comments. I always love hearing from you guys, and sharing your thoughts and seeing what you think. Games Workshop, hobby or game company? You let me know what you think. Until next time, it's your old pal Rob. I gotta get back to work here. We'll see you soon, everybody.